Welcome back to the channel. Okay, you got my truck here. I got the ARE CX Evolve on a long bed Tacoma. That snug top on the red truck, I didn't like it. It was pricier and it was too rounded on the corners. And then the Lear option here, it was my second choice, but still went with the CX Evolve for a few reasons, which I'll talk about. But like any of those camper shells, you now have a hard top that's mostly rainproof, or is rainproof, mostly waterproof, and great storage inside. Like my long bed here can probably hold about 6 Falcons, maybe 5. And then a short bed, if your name is Tim, probably could hold maybe 2.5 Falcons. I do not recommend cheaping out and skipping on the roof tracks. I'll talk about why here in a little bit. Okay, first up, let's talk about the BedRug. I love this thing. It's durable, water resistant. If it gets wet, it dries immediately, doesn't absorb anything, but it covers the whole area. Check this out. It's already prefabbed. It's like a shell. You just kind of stick it in there and then use some super Velcro on the back sides to hold it in. It's already cut for your tie downs and your paneling. The bed slots are now filled with foam, so it's a flat surface to sleep on. I love it. Here's my only complaint. It can kind of tug free a little bit and fray, but look how durable it is. They put a dirt bike in the back. Okay, let's get back to what you all are really here for and talk about that shell. So again, this is the ARE CX Evolve. The handle is fantastic. It's got just some good feel to it. The struts, and all the cabling, it's good. It's quality. I have no complaints here whatsoever, and I'm picky. Check this out. The struts can freeze at any point, so you can raise it and lower it. This is great for driving around with dogs or maybe some lumber hanging out the back, things like that. Super useful. LED third brake light. It's nice. It's held by large clamps. This is all part of the installation that they do, but very easy to do yourself. So I have a temp sensor in it that I got off Amazon, so I can monitor the camper shell temp for my dogs. And NATO here, he loves it. I mean, this is his go-to. He will live inside here if I would let him. Okay, so you've got about 10 inches of the factory window. If you order the sliding rear window like I did, you got about a 10-inch little gap there. It's usable. And then these are the factory windows, no upgrade. The screen comes with it. I like it, no complaints here. But if you have a dog that wants to push on that screen, it could bend. There's an option for kind of a plastic square grill you can put there instead. I didn't need it. My dogs are good boys and girls. So nylon pull handle to close from the inside, and then it's got a little trigger on the inside to open it from the inside as well. So if you're sleeping in at night, yeah, it's great. Everything's great here. Again, hardware solid, love it. I do have one issue with installation at no fault of the shell itself or ARE, but the guy that installed it, I had to adjust the striker here slightly. You can kind of see I can pivot left and right if you loosen those screws. I just had to make a minor adjustment for it to close correctly. Roof track, super nice. Here's why. So on the inside, the roof tracks, if you want this option, gives you bolts coming through the roof that are watertight, and now you can build shelves up on these bolts and change those out. Here's a complaint. The light that came with it, it's like a lightning bug that's half dead. The thing, it's just not bright. I already got one better one off Amazon. I'll install it later and show y'all. So yeah, I mean, let's show you lumber hanging out the back. I've driven around like this. I wouldn't go off-roading like this, but it totally works. Locks up tight. It's good. Yeah, okay, check this out. So in the green is the factory options. The blue is what I paid extra for. The purple is like things you can't avoid, like labor and taxes. And then red are just some notes I want you to read. And then that yellow price was the total I paid. Okay, so if you're here to decide if you want a camper shell or not, keep in mind there are some cons. For example, 31.5 inches is the clearance to get into the gate, but you got 36 inches, 3 feet in the inside area. So here's your pros and cons. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Ask any questions. If I like you, I'll get back to you. That was a joke. I like every one of you. Okay, final thought I just thought of before closing out is that I looked for almost a year for a good used top. On TacomaWorld.com was probably the #1 place to check the classifieds there, but because I have the better longer bed Tacoma, and I wanted a color match. Of course, I was picky. I just went ahead and bit the bullet and paid full price. You short bed guys that are dime a dozen, you might find your exact one you're looking for on TacomaWorld.com. And yeah, I'm just giving you a lot of crap. Short beds are perfectly fine, have better turn radius, and that's all they got going for them, because long beds are actually still better.